a true North Jersey power getting the chance to face the Mainland Mustangs tonight.
All right, and this Mainland Mustang defense out that's going to be backing up Chase Petty. These guys have become household names in their own right.
Indeed they have. Going left to right, from left field to right field, Joe Sheeran. Center field, Mark Elliott. Right field, number 22, Clayton Sands. From third to first, Sam Wood, Luke Sharp, Christian Elliott. First base, Brody Levin. And behind the dish, Cole Campbell. And, of course, on the mound, the ace of the staff, number 4, Chase Petty.
Yeah, guys, Petty's pitching today, but the last 2 times he has pitched, Mainland has lost. He lost the game 2-1 against Holy Spirit, and then he pitched in the game earlier this week and had to come out of that game a little early. I guess, it's tough for Mainland where they really have to kind of set schedule ahead of time when he's going to pitch, and then this game kind of got thrown. They were in the Diamond Classic, so they were trying to, fit him into that week there, so I'm sure he was on a pitch count.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. I mean, obviously he had to be on a pitch count. He's pitched 30 innings so far this year, I believe. I saw the stats.
Yeah,
Seems like more than that because obviously he's...
Listen, it's very structured. It's very scheduled, weeks in advance. Yeah. Like, they knew over a month ago that he was going to pitch today, and that kind of makes it tough for Coach Billy Kern. And, Mike, we were looking at the lineup card. We're going to pause here for the playing of the national anthem. Beautiful rendition at this very patriotic Trenton Thunder confines. And not many times, gentlemen, that as a high school player you get to play on a pro stadium. And, Mike, going back to the Mainland lineup, so Brody Levin all of a sudden at first base.
Yeah, he got hurt a couple of games ago, I think slid or something, and it's prevented him from really being able to play middle infield, so they've had to shift his bat over to first base. And Ajijian will be the DH tonight for Luke Sharp, who was not in the lineup because obviously when Petty pitches, he hits for himself. He hits prominently in the lineup, number 2, and therefore Ajijian is going to bat ninth, and Sharp will be just playing defense tonight, and Brody Levin, who's really a second baseman by trade, will be shifting over to play first base, which has put Christian Elliott, Mark Elliott's younger brother, I believe, who's a freshman. I know he's his younger brother. I believe he's a freshman. He's into the lineup not only prominently, he's right into the lineup prominently. He's been basically wasn't a starter. He's now hitting 6th in this lineup playing second base.
I don't know about you guys, but I had goosebumps during the national anthem. I mean, obviously for these young men that are out here playing today on this historic baseball field.
Yeah, it's a treat, and it's a little bit unique. So Arm & Hammer Park used to be affiliated with the Yankees.
Correct.
And now, with the change of Major League Baseball, they ended up being unaffiliated, but yet the home to the Major League Baseball Draft League, headed up by PBR. So got to give a shout-out to Nathan Rohde, PBR National. He's in the house. We might have him join us later on in the game. But with the Toronto Blue Jays being backed up, Mike, you just came back from Florida, so the big boys are in Dunedin. And then the switch was the Buffalo Bisons AAA needed a home because that's where the big club's going. So now the Buffalo Bisons become the Trenton Thunder, if you're keeping score, AAA affiliate.
There you go. So, yes, everybody is kind of displaced in that one, but that's given these two teams a home to play tonight, and we are set to go here, Mainland, Don Bosco Prep, Arm & Hammer Park here in Trenton, and you can only watch it exclusively here on BFA Sports. So, Eric Becker will lead things off, the left-handed swinger for the Iron Men dressed in gray and white. Mainland's got their black and white pants on tonight as we are set for first pitch here in this showcase matchup.
The prominent green letters, too. Looks good.
The right-handed Chase Petty. And the first pitch is up and in for a ball.
Petty consistently around 96, 97 miles an hour with his fastballs. Topped over 100 a few times this year. He's got an 86, 87 mile an hour slider with a 26 to 2700 spin rate, which is pretty dominant.
That has bite.
Pitch is down. Cole Campbell having a couple of tough times bringing those first two pitches in. Petty pitched earlier this week against Cherokee in the Diamond Classic game. I believe that was Tuesday. Which is tough because that's kind of an unscheduled event when you're thrown into the Diamond Classic like that. The 2-0. And pitch is swung on and missed, and Campbell again having a tough time squeezing it tonight.
That ball must be moving.
Yeah, you got to figure even, he's been all over the country. He's got scouts constantly shooting and firing, but he's still an 18-year-old kid,
He handles it extremely well from what I've seen. You talk about a humble young man. He's the goods.
2-1s outside, 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff man, Eric Becker, the shortstop for Don Bosco. They played Holy Spirit down at the Coaches versus Cancer. Becker was 1 for 3 in that game. And that pitch is down and in, ball 4. So Becker works a leadoff walk, guys. And, this is where Petty found himself in some trouble in the game against Spirit. He had 2 walks to lead off that inning. Holy Spirit scored 2 runs off those 2 walks. They won the game 2-1.
Yeah, it's a situation where you don't want to kind of start giving up these walks this early in the ballgame, but obviously Chase will settle down. He's we don't want to call him a pros pro because he's still a young man yet, but he'll get himself settled down, I'm sure.
Here's Charlie Granitel, the center fielder. And that one's over. A little off-speed pitch. Mainland, Don Bosco, played Holy Spirit and handled them pretty easily in that game. I think the score was 6-0 in that game.
Oh.
So, again, you don't want to be walking a lineup such as this. It's a little different facing this powerful Don Bosco. Not that Holy Spirit doesn't have a very good lineup themselves, but a little different than this lineup. From the stretch, up and in. And, again, Cole Campbell having a little trouble with the fastball there.
Yeah, these guys got to be amped up. I mean, no doubt about it. This is a big-time spot to be in, and it's a big field. It has a different flavor to it when you actually step foot down there of just kind of the different confines.
He had him leaning, and the ball gets by Levin off the right field wall. Clayton Sands fires one into second, and he's not going to get there in time. So Becker advances on the throwaway there by Chase Petty, but he looked like he had him.
He had him, Mike. He had him. Unfortunately, the throw was not there. He had him picked off dead to rights at first base.
Yeah, well, Levin, not accustomed to playing first base,
right.
So it's hard enough to dig a ball out, but when you got a guy that throws a hundy trying to pick the ball off, it's a little different.
And we're kind of at that dusk time, too, so the lighting, obviously the lights haven't taken over. The sunlight's not there, so –
and looks like Petty has the off-speed working tonight because that one is over for a called strike, too. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Petty pitching. Granitel, the center fielder, at the plate, a right-handed hitter. The pitch, and that one is just inside. Ooh. Like he froze home plate umpire Jimmy Conover there.
Froze me. I thought it was there.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander takes a couple looks back at the runner. Deals, pops, foul, back out of play. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Big crowd on hand, guys.
Yeah, big crowd. This is awesome.
You're not kidding. Again, for those just joining us, apologies that we're prevented from doing a center field camera shot today.
Ball kind of lifted over the shortstop and into center field. Elliott can't come up with it, coming around third, and they're going to cut it off. Levin, and the first run is home as Eric Becker with an RBI single, and it puts Don Bosco on the board. They lead it 1-0.
Got to take advantage. You get an opportunity, get a base runner on, getting them in early. That puts pressure on this Mainland offense.
Yeah, great piece of hitting by Granitel. He went down and got it. Just deposited right out to center field.
You talk about that leadoff walk. It already came around to score. So a walk, a overthrow, and a little blooper. Kuzik steps in. First pitch is down and in. Petty kind of stumbled off that mound. Ball and a strike. J.P. Kuzik is the left fielder for the Ironmen. Granitel, the center fielder, he's on first with a single. 1-0. Don Bosco. The 1-0. And that pitch is down and away.
Petty seems like he's having a little challenge with his fastball right now, and it's something he's got to get together, and that's his put-out pitch, really, along with that slider. So start pounding that zone.
This is probably the deepest lineup Chase Petty has faced in a Mainland uniform. The 2-0. And that one is over for a called strike. Sometimes you just need that get-me-over fastball, which in his case is 93.
Exactly. Now it's looked like you took a little something off of it and just got it over. Nice pitch.
2 balls and a strike. Petty from the stretch. And that one is beaten foul right into the ground. It's Cole Campbell, the battery mate for Chase Petty. Two balls and 2 strikes. The 3-hole hitter, J.P. Kuzik.
Maybe a good spot for a hit run. Oh,
got him again, and he throws it off the wall, and there goes the runner to second. Levin picks it up. He fires to second, and it's an overthrow as well, but the runner won't advance. It's almost a carbon copy, guys.
It is almost like a carbon copy. They had him dead to rights again.
Well, here's what's going to happen. They're going to continue to be aggressive on those secondary leads until Mainland can make a play here.
And I don't know if I got it out because I don't remember, but I thought maybe it was a good spot for a hit and run, and maybe that's what they were thinking at the same time when he went over to first base. The 3-hole hitter, 2-2 count.
Certainly could.
2-2, Petty, and he tries to break one off there. Didn't have a lot of bite on it, and it's now a full count. So getting into a little first inning issue here with some control. But that's what makes Chase such a unique pitcher. He has his off-speed stuff that he can throw for strikes, and he uses it there to pick up a strikeout.
Got the 3-hole hitter to chase that pitch. Nice pitch by Chase Petty.
They went all speed, 3-2.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about he has the confidence to use that pitch anywhere in the count. And he says, hey, you're the 3-hole hitter. I'm not giving in. He breaks him off a little something.
That's confidence right there, Chase Petty. Good pitch.
Alan Hernandez, the Ironman DH. And there he uses it again.
Oh, that's filthy.
So he
I'm
goes
glad I'm not young and a baseball player. Sorry, Mike.
I wouldn't want to face him either. All-speed pitch to start off the count. 0-1 to Hernandez. And Petty with the fastball on the black. And now he seems to have found a rhythm.
He is finding the rhythm. You can see it.
0-2, working fast. Petty back and ready, stares in from the stretch. Kicks. And the all-speed pitch is over for a called strike. There are 3 pitches, and Hernandez takes a seat. So back-to-back strikeouts for Petty. And that will bring up Kevin Murray, the third baseman, and Chase Petty trying to keep that runner stranded on second base.
Now, what I noticed with the last 2 batters is he had started to get his confidence. The rhythm started to change. He started to pitch a little quicker because he started feeling that. You could see the confidence change in his body language.
No doubt, no doubt. He got that ball and got right up for the sign. And he starts him off again with a little off speed. So he obviously is feeling that pitch tonight.
He definitely is. There's no doubt about it. And he's putting it over.
He's known for all of his hard velocity, but what's very underrated is his backdoor slider.
So he gets ahead on the last 2 hitters with that off-speed pitch. 0-1 to third baseman, right-handed swinger Kevin Murray. The 0-1. Fastball swung on, missed by Campbell. It gets to the backstop, and the runner's going to advance. It's got to be the 4th or 5th ball that he has not been able to squeeze.
You're right. 4th or 5th ball at least, and it's fastball. It's all fastballs.
And it's not like he's had this issue. It's not like, hey, you're catching a guy who's he's caught him all season long.
It's caught him all year, even in workouts.
The pitch. And that one's over for a called third strike. So Petty comes back and picks up 3 consecutive strikeouts. Cusick, Hernandez, and Murray. And he leaves a runner stranded on third base. But the Ironmen push one across. They lead the Mustangs 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. All right, welcome back here. Bottom of the first, Don Bosco leads Mainland 1-0. The Mustangs coming to the plate for the first time. They will do so with this lineup. It is Mark Elliott leading off, playing center. Chase Petty, the pitcher, hits second. Brody Levin at first, hitting third. Cole Campbell hits fourth and catches. Christian Elliott at second base hits fifth. Joe Sheeran's in left field, hits sixth. Clayton Sands in right, hits seventh. Sam Woods over at third, hits 8, and Alex Ajijian is batting ninth, and he is the DH. They are facing Clayton Poley, the Ironman pitcher. First pitch is upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, one of the great things we saw in that last half inning, we were talking about how Chase Petty, his momentum changed. You could see the actual attitude. He had struck out the side right after that little blip on the radar, if you want to call it.
Yeah, a couple of back-to-back looking strikeouts, too, so that shows you his stuff has got them guessing tonight. Gave up that leadoff walk. We talked about it. Against a lineup like this, you can't put guys on base. And Poley comes out, and he's behind in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. You know, Mark Elliott hit 2 homers in a game this week earlier. He's having a fantastic season for the Mustangs, and that pitch is upstairs. A 4-pitch walk, and the 2 leadoff men, respectively, have both earned walks today.
Getting that first runner on, so important.
We saw Becker get on and come around to score. See if the Mustangs can get Elliott around. They're going to try to do so. Chase Petty, I'm sure he's seething from giving up that walk, and now he has a chance to help himself out.
He's a big young man. He's got pop in his bat. I saw him hit a bomb at Mainland. Actually hit the backstop of the other dugout. It was insane. So this young man can hit the baseball without a doubt.
Yeah, that was a BFA video that went viral from Barstool Sports. Westcott on that call.
Yeah, Westcott picked up a golf routine after that.
It sounded like Jim Nance.
Yeah.
He was like,
there's a long ball hit the left field.
I will say, in his defense, after calling a game from Mainland, I can see why now.
Yeah, because a lot of times we're actually stuck out in center field because of the scouts being behind home plate.
Because there's so many scouts, we can't call the game from behind home plate.
Nice job.
So it's when you're in center, the depth perception's a little different.
Yeah, nice job by Canizaro to keep that ball with him on that last pitch.
Yeah, JT Kroger back behind home plate. He's a big fan of Canizaro. That kid absolutely has a cannon.
I see JT down there. All right.
Yeah.
The 1-0. And Petty bloops one into left field. It's going to fall in front of Kozik.
All right, so Mustangs got a little rally going early on.
Yeah, kind of fist that one over the shortstop's head for a base hit. So Petty is on with a single. Elliott walked. He's over on second base, and that brings up the first baseman, Brody Levin, who's having just a special season in the 3-hole for Mainland. He is rarely recording an out this year. Short lead for Elliott over at second as he kind of walks his way towards third. Great speed from Mark Elliott. So if Brody Levin can get something to fall, it's a big outfield, boys.
Oh, it sure is.
Pro Park, 410 to dead center. So the gaps play about 370, 375.
Poley's pitch is over for a called strike. Big overhand deuce.
Nice pitch to start out there.
We're live here at Arm & Hammer Park in Trenton, New Jersey. And that pitch is belted to center, but back on it. Making the catch is Granitel. Going to third on the tag is Elliott.
Talk about aggressive base running.
Challenge that center fielder.
You got to put the pressure on. Make them make a play. We saw Don Bosco do it with runners at first base, being aggressive with a secondary lead. Got them extra bases. Got to give Elliott credit.
A ton of credit. It creates an opportunity for a sac fly. Tied his game right up.
And we mentioned great speed by Elliott, and he's an aggressive runner too. So he uses his speed well. There's a difference between having good speed and being a good base runner. He has both. So Elliott's at third, Petty's over at first. 1 out, and here is your 4-hole hitter, Cole Campbell. And they're going to get Petty. Petty's going to run right through, and he broke on the pitch, and they're going to get him. He just looked like he was straight stealing, and Elliott didn't go.
Yeah, that's the playground monkey in the middle play where you try to get them to chase you so the guy can score from third, and looks like a miscue on a
Petty's
signs.
looking over, and he, I believe, thinks that something different was supposed to happen there.
Yeah, tough one for the Mustangs because they were looking to kind of grind out maybe a sac fly, and that's now off the board.
And that pitch is over for a called strike. So all of a sudden you have 2 away.
The one thing we're noticing is they are getting to Poley. So they hit some balls pretty hard, so maybe there's an opportunity here to knock one in.
That one is fouled, backing out of play in front of a
Oh, there's some bad hands right there.
very large crowd here tonight. A lot of alumni out to check this game out. But I mean, we have pretty much the lower bowl of the lower bowl filled here.
And
For a good reason.
The 0-2. Campbell fists one high to first base. Jaxel squeezes it, and the Ironmen get out of the inning. The Mustangs leave a runner stranded on third as we head to the top of the second inning. Ironmen 1, Mainland nothing here on BFA Sports. All right, top two here in Trenton, Mainland and Don Bosco as we go to the Ironman top of the second. They will send up Jaxel, Bautista, Canizaro facing Chase Petty. 1-0. Ironman in the lead. First ball, fastball is inside, ball one.
Yeah, going back to that last half inning, Mustangs had the pressure on Paulie and on the Ironmen, and unfortunately were not able to execute. We'll see how they come back. Oh, nice pitch by Petty.
Using that off-speed pitch, gets that one over for a called strike. He has really featured that here. The last 3 outs he got ahead with the first pitch, off-speed pitch. So that one he wanted to show Jaxel a fastball. Now the 1-1. He uses the off-speed pitch again over for a called strike. And it's 1-2 strikes to Kevin Jaxel, who hit a titanic blast in the game against Holy Spirit. Belted it through the wind. And that pitch is a little up. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Jaxel just muscled one through the wind at Mainland High on a very windy day in that game against Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I would say it was a little bit windy that day. we got sandblasted.
2-2. Fouled down the right field side. Clayton Sands actually in foul territory. That thing just kind of hung on the line, and the first out of the inning is recorded. 1 away.
Nice job by Sands. That was not a routine fly ball.
No.
I mean, he was coming close to the stands over here and stayed focused on it, made a nice grab.
And he made a long run, Al. I mean,
Sure
he's playing straight away right field. That ball was caught kind of in the first baseman's range, but keep in mind, Brody Levin doesn't play a lot of first base.
Good teamwork there. Good teamwork by the Stangs.
So 1 away, and that brings up Charles Bautista, who swings through a pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. Chase Petty.
That looked like another breaking ball. His breaking ball is absolutely on tonight.
And that ball is fouled down the right field side.
Came right back with it, fouled it off. He's got this Ironman team a little bit off. Oh, there you go. Box of popcorn for that young lady.
The 0-2 from Chase Petty. Kicks and delivers, and the off-speed pitch is over for a called third strike. So Petty racks up his 4th strikeout, 3rd one of the backwards variety.
No doubt about it, Mr. Petty has found the groove.
Catcher number 26, Jack Canizaro.
Canizaro steps to the dish, the Ironman catcher. And that ball is fouled down the third base side. He's been starting the guys off with a lot of off speed, so he almost seems like now he's got to change that up a little bit to try to show that fastball. And that's where getting that first fastball over will now be important because he hasn't been able to do it in the early going here. But that one he got over, and he's ahead in the count, 0-1. And that one's an all-speed pitch.
And there it is,
The 0-2.
as you called it, my friend.
So Petty gets ahead, 0-2, and now he's got the whole bag of tricks here, boys.
And he does. I mean, he's showing the bag of tricks, but he's absolutely in control of that breaking pitch, which is going to make that fastball more dominant once he starts getting a groove. Oh,
and
that
it's
is
another
filthy.
off-speed pitch. Breaks it right on over, and it's the 5th strikeout of the game as Petty gets another one backwards. 4 backwards Ks, 5 strikeouts in 2 innings as the Ironmen go down 1-2-3 in the inning. Coming up in the bottom of the second, Mainland trails 1-0 to Don Bosco here on BFA Sports. All right, welcome back here at the bottom of the second as Christian Elliott leads things off for the Mustangs. Takes the first pitch from Clayton Poley over for a called strike. 1-0 Don Bosco. Chase Petty with 5 strikeouts in 2 innings, but still trails 1-0. Had a leadoff walk in this game as Elliott beats one foul into the Ironmen dugout.
Petty's been absolutely dominant after the first 2 batters of this game. Fortunately, they just 2 balls that were thrown out in the outfield. They had guys picked off, put them in a bad position, and they were able to generate a run.
The 0-2 from Poley, and that one is skied foul, backing out of play. 0-2. Christian Elliott, the Mustangs' second baseman, and he's just kind of been thrusted into that position as of late. He did not start the season as the second baseman, and here he's now hitting in the 5-hole playing second base. The 0-2, and that one is just off the dish.
Yeah, good body language by the catcher to try to get that one. He popped up like he was third strike. All right. He didn't win that battle.
Close.
Yeah. Tough one to lay off.
The 1-2. And that one is a big old curveball, and Elliott goes down looking.
It's like a big old 12-6 curveball. Whew.
Straight over the top. Yep. And that brings up Joe Sheeran. So the first strikeout for Poley of the game gets Christian Elliott, and that brings up the left fielder. Joe Sheeran, who, another guy, he started down in the Mustang lineup. He has worked his way up. Now he's hitting in the 6-hole. He was hitting 9 earlier this year. First pitch over for a called strike.
Great spot by Poley right at the knees on the outside corner.
So Poley working ahead in the count as well. The 0-1. And that ball is got a hump back into center, coming on, making a tough, couldn't make the catch, a tough kind of slicing away from the center fielder, Granitel, and a base hit for Joe Sheeran.
Yeah, great effort by Granitel. I actually thought that was a right fielder's play, but he came from a long way.
Yeah, the sophomore Sheeran, man, he's been hanging tough all season long, finding a way to get himself in the lineup, number 1, and over the last few weeks he's climbing it and gets the Mustangs offense a little bit of a spark here down 1.
Yeah, he's just a smart baseball player, and that one he just kind of hits it where it was pitched. He gets himself on base. A 1-out base runner, and Clayton Sands, the right fielder. And they get Sheeran back into first. Sands, Sam Woods waits on deck, so the bottom third of the Mustang lineup trying to squeeze a run out here to tie this baby up. Poley's pitch is over for a called strike. Well, he's hitting a good spot there.
He is, and that's exactly what I was going to say just a second ago. He's hitting his spots. He doesn't seem like he's an overpowering pitcher because they are making contact, the Mustangs are, but he is hitting the spots and making it a challenge for these hitters.
The 0-1, and he throws over to first again, keeping Sheeran close. So Sheeran's at first after a single. And Clayton Sands, Poley's pitch, gets away from Canizaro, and he spins around and not far enough for Sheeran to advance. Boy, Canizaro does such a good job behind the plate. Really controls or stifles the opponent's run game.
Canizaro is a great defender, great receiver, but when you have a catcher that can help the pitcher manage the run game, that's another skill set that a lot of kids his age just don't have.
Ball's fisted to right field. Bautista is under. Boy, Granitel could have made that Kelly Leak out there.
Kelly Leak. I didn't see him driving on the motorcycle, did you?
I didn't catch it either, but he could have made that catch if he wanted to. So Sands.
That's his job, though, in center field, though, right? Yep.
Now you know he can cover the outfield for you. Boy, Granitel. But Bautista makes the grab, and it's 2 away. Sam Woods steps up with 2 down here in the Mustangs' second. Kicks, fires, and a fastball is still a little low, 1-0.
Let's say that just missed.
You got Woods and then a Gigian, who's the DH today, trying to turn this Mustang lineup over. The 1-0, Poley. And that ball is hit To center field, Granitel back on his horse. He is got a beat on it and makes the grab. What a play by Granitel in center as the Mustangs leave one on. We head to the top of the third. 1-0 Don Bosco here on BFA Sports.
You certainly can do that.
Chase Petty dealing 5
indeed.
strikeouts, 2 innings. And by the way, his last 4 strikeouts have been the backwards variety. Gets him looking. Ground ball down the third base side. Foul. Been a good one so far. Good crowd. Charlie Granitel in center, by the way, making some plays for the Ironmen.
That's not a fluke. We saw him do it a couple times already. That kid can cover some center field.
Yeah, Granitel, one of the better center fielders I've seen in quite some time, and he's impressive. Now our third game, checking him out in action.
Physically
That's an
impressive,
off-speed
too.
pitch.
Sorry about that, Mike. Physically impressive, too. The kid
Yeah.
pumps a little bit of iron.
Oh,
yeah. I'm supposed to be doing
the scoreboard actually works when you press
yeah,
the
you have to
buttons.
press the buttons. Hold on. Let me try this.
The 2-1, and that one is over for a called strike. So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Thank you, Mike. You want to press the buttons for me?
Yeah. It was typical.
I got all
Al.
these pens in my hand.
I get too into it, man. I got this multitasking thing, you know?
Yeah, Al's like, yeah, I'm going to help.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
You know what? Oh, gee.
Low blow.
Oh,
And that one's over for a called strike 3.
Boy.
Man, this young man is absolutely dominant.
Third straight strikeout, his 6th overall. As he gets the first out of the inning, goes back to the top of the lineup. Eric Becker walked and scored a run back in the first inning. The left-handed swinger is the only lefty in the Ironmen lineup.
Mike, you did your homework, huh? Look at you.
Well, I saw everybody hit
I'm so
once, and I
proud.
remember that there was only one lefty.
I'm like a proud papa.
Yeah. He actually stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night when he was down in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologize if I just completely space out at some moment here.
No, it happens at least once every other broadcast. I mean, why would it tonight be any different?
That pitch is
taking a page
belted into the Mainland dugout.
He's taking a page out of my book.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, Al would tell you his blood
This is
sugar
the Al
dropping.
Fisher Memorial Inning. I'm just going to completely forget everything.
Ground control to Major Tom and me, man.
Ball hit left field.
Yeah, right. I don't call a game like that. Stop it.
The 0-2 from Chase Petty. He's got 3 straight strikeouts.
High and away fastball.
Probably all speed.
There
There
it
it
is.
is. Ooh.
That just missed.
Even Cole Campbell took a look behind. You know how many times Cole
Oh.
Campbell has had Jimmy Conover standing behind him? He'd probably say, come
He
on,
probably-
Jimmy.
Nah, he probably said, just tell me where that was so I know next time.
Here's the 1-2. Went with a hard slider there. Let's see if he stays with that. And that pitch is ripped down the first base line, foul. stays at 1-2. See, Becker, he says, I don't care how hard you're throwing. You're going to throw me a fastball. I'm going to beat that thing away if I don't like it.
Yeah, he got around on that one. What a gorgeous stadium. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I'm looking up at the Aaron Judge, who played here up in his days with the Trenton Thunder. The 1-2, and that pitch is just filthy.
Oh, my goodness. Mr. Chase Petty bringing it.
4 straight strikeouts. That one, he got him swinging.
I wasn't aware of any casinos located near Trenton, but my man is dealing.
Center fielder, Charlie Granitel.
That brings up Granitel, the center fielder. Made a couple fine plays in center. Now he comes to the plate, and the off-speed pitch, a little high. A ball and a strike. It's an interesting dynamic. Is the game being at a minor league ballpark, at a high school game, you got some beer sales.
Are you buying?
I
saw Al out there just sitting like a lost puppy. I said,
did
you
you
going to
see-
drink one or what?
I was in deep thought of whether or not I was going to grab a beer. We may have to do that a little bit later.
Two balls and no strikes, a little up.
I'll have O'Doul's.
There you go.
Yeah, right.
We're
They
all
don't
gonna
have O'Doul's.
We're all gonna have O'Doul's. We're not condoning anything. We
What, one beer?
The 2-0,
We're not going to drink any beer, folks.
a little outside.
it's in
I can promise you that.
it's on our HR handbook. It says you're allowed to have one if it was a business meeting. So is this a business meeting?
There's
It's
3 of us here. We're meeting.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, Mike's volunteering. Got to make sure you say that out loud.
True.
First batter he has gotten behind since the first batter.
3-0, and that one's away. So he walks Granitel. So it's the second time he has reached base. And J.P. Kuzik will step to the plate.
Number 30, J.P. Kushnick.
He struck out his first time up back in the first. So Kuznick steps in.
Did you change his name right in the middle of it?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think you did. There you go.
Looks like Petty lost the feel on that one a little bit.
Yeah, he did. And I'm just wondering if he's got to get that groove back, that rhythm back. I mean, obviously he didn't miss it the first 2 batters, but one thing he's got to get back is
No, there's a lot of confidence going on with his off speed, and he's shelving the velo a bit. I love it, and I think most of these scouts do as well.
A ball and no strikes.
basically showing he's not a one-pitch pitcher, and there you go.
Oh,
Well, he is really featuring that tonight. I mean, he's obviously feeling that his pitch tonight. He has 7 strikeouts of a very deep and talented lineup. And that pitch is up and away, up and in, I should say, to Kuznick.
so here what I'm wondering is, are they going to try to continue to be aggressive? Because we know there was an exchange issue early on between he and Levin. So do you try to steal him here?
With 2 outs, I don't know, Mike.
I mean, you're right in the middle of the lineup,
You're in
too.
the middle lineup. Well,
If you end
I'll let
up
him
getting
swing
thrown
away.
out stealing here, you got the middle of the lineup starting next
True.
inning. 2 balls and a strike. Ball hit to the right side. Elliott bobbles, picks it up, stays with it, and over to Levin and gets the 3rd out of the inning. So the Ironmen leave 1 on as the Mustangs come to hit in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Don Bosco 1, Mainland nothing here on BFA Sports. All right, bottom third, Mainland comes to hit this inning with a Gigian, Elliott, and Petty, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters for the Mustangs, trailing 1-0 here on BFA Sports live presentation of Mainland Don Bosco here at Arm & Hammer Park in Trenton, New Jersey. And Clayton Poley's first pitch is up and away, ball 1. Gigian, the left-handed swinger, the DH today. And he swings and fouls that one off. He is hitting for the shortstop, Luke Sharp. A ball and a strike. Poley winds, delivers, and that one is a little low. 2-1.
Gigian would be smart to be very selective here to see if he can be a leadoff runner. Obviously, then getting back to the top of the lineup.
That one's down and in, so he's way up. 3-1. Mark Elliott, the leadoff man, waits on deck, who walked to lead this game off. The 3-1. And that one is inside, ball 4. So the 9-hole hitter, Alex Gigian, draws a leadoff walk, and we turn it over to the top of the lineup. And here comes Mark Elliott.
Yeah, Elliott, the speedy center fielder, right? Right fielder, center fielder, center fielder.
Hard to believe Mark's already a senior.
Time flies when you're having
Holy
fun.
moly. Ball's down.
Oh, Cam's hard, man. This kid can work behind the dish. Makes it look easy.
Ball down in the dirt. Canizaro calmly gets his chest over top of the ball. Picture perfect.
No panic in his movement. I mean, kid knows what he's doing.
Ball hit to first. Jaxel, 1. Back to first. Not in time, so a little 3-6 on the put out.
Good hard 90 by Elliott.
Wouldn't expect anything less. Because anything less would be uncivilized.
Oh, that's terrible. But once again.
Old school Charles Barkley.
Yeah, but you're dating yourself. You talk about me with pop culture. That's like so old.
Yeah, well, not everybody was able to ride a dinosaur growing up.
You saw pictures of that?
There were no pictures back then.
Oh, the Polaroids went around back then? Or you just shake it?
Throws over, gets Elliott diving back in.
Showing respect for Elliott, knowing the speed. I mean, the kid did a great job of reading his third base coach when that shot was hit to center field and got from second to third pretty easily. That sac fly.
There goes Elliott, and he's got that one easily. Oh. Ball goes out into center. Elliott's over to third. So he steals second, hops up, heads to third.
That's how you create havoc on the base paths, folks.
Got to make the other squad make plays. We've seen it work for the Ironmen, and now the Mustangs giddying up.
Yeah, and that's Elliott really, I mean, he stole that on the pitcher.
Man, you were as corny as the 1960s Batman and Robin. You said it's Mustangs giddying up.
Yeah.
Did you really say that?
I did.
One out runner on third, Chase Petty with a chance to tie this game up or take the lead if he gets a hold of one here. And he pops one high up into the infield. Jaxel makes the catch. 2 away here in the Mustang third, and that'll bring up Brody Levin with a runner on third base. So Elliott's been on third twice. They haven't been able to get him home. Brody Levin flew out to center field, and they're going to take a little conversation on Brody Levin here. Hey, Mainland got a guy in the lineup who can really hurt us, and this is him right here.
And he's the one to put he hit it right on the screws last time up. That was a bullet out of Granitel. What are you going to say?
I've seen a lot of Wilson 1010s, and I don't know if you have. I didn't think they came with screws. I mean, there was laces, there was stitches.
No, I was
leather.
No. Screws that were in the back. I was
Oh.
poor. I actually had to make my own bat.
Oh.
So the screws, that's what it mean by hitting on the screws.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
I use
man.
metal.
Yeah.
No, I started with wood bat. That's how old I am. Actually, I had to
Black
I had to
magic.
carve a tree.
We all had black magic.
Yo, Black Magic. How about they brought back the original Easton where we all had it? It was
Yeah.
the silver with the green writing
Yep.
on it and the rubber handle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, now it's like the bat that a lot of these guys want to swing.
When I was at Mainland, I used a green Easton with gray writing. It was like a reverse. All speed pitch.
Did you know what to do with it?
Not too much, man.
No,
He was
that's
a
why you were a pitcher.
PO, man.
You're a PO.
I mean, they let me hit, but that was kind of like a charity thing, I think, by the end.
Good first pitch by Poli.
Runner on third is Elliott. Here's Levin. The kick. And that one's up and in. Ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Brody Levin. Cole Campbell waits on deck. Mustangs trail 1-0 here in the third. There's a walk and a single that scored the Ironman run. That's all the runs on the board. That's a big overhand deuce, and he gets that over. A ball and 2 strikes.
That 12-6 breaking ball is over every time he throws it. But he doesn't show it a lot.
See what he shows here. 1 and 2, the dangerous Brody Levin. Poli's pitch. And he goes with a fastball hit to right field. And a beat on it is Bautista, and he is under it, camps out, makes the catch, 3 away here in the third as the Mustangs leave another runner stranded on third base as we head to the top of the fourth. Don Bosco 1, Mainland 0 here on BFA Sports. All right, heading to the top of the fourth inning. Don Bosco 1, Mainland 0. Chase Petty is back on the mound here. Petty, obviously, after that leadoff walk, guys, that run came across the score, but he has been completely dominant the rest of the way, and he's doing it in an unconventional way. He's using this all-speed pitch first and setting up that and then going to the fastball. But that has really been his pitch tonight, that all-speed pitch.
Well, it has, and so we're now joined in the booth by PBR National Scouting Director Nathan Rohde. Thanks for making the trip. Welcome to Jersey, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
So,
No.
There we go.
That's on me.
all right.
I'm probably going to be fired after this one.
Nah, you'll be fine. So Nathan Rohde, we're talking about making noticed pitches, and so for Petty, one of the things as scouts, I think for a long time, we're like, we know about the velo, but
Yes.
what can he do with the other 2 or
Secondary.
3 pitches, right?
Mhm. Yeah, indeed. And that's something that was a question coming out of last summer. We know he can touch triple digits. He did that at area code games. The slider, I saw it, in the offseason, him working out, and it looked better on video, but it's like, let's see what he can do in game, and I'm seeing it tonight. It's definitely got potential to be a plus pitch. A few have backed up on him, but he's a young guy. But it's a good-looking pitch, and he's thrown the changeup too. And, I mean, it's only been 1 because he doesn't need it, but that looks pretty good as well.
2 balls and no strikes is Petty. A little behind the count. He's had a little bit of command problems with that fastball tonight, but I guess, doing what you guys do, seeing him use that as his starting hitters off with that pitch has to be good, is that he had – and when he struck out the one hitter, 3 balls and 2 strikes, he went to the all-speed. I guess that's showing, hey, he's got confidence in that moment.
Absolutely, he does. He definitely has. I mean, we know he's got confidence as it is, but to have confidence in that secondary stuff, I mean, the leadoff guy comes back around for his second at bat. He starts him off with a changeup. He's got confidence in that stuff and himself to execute.
So, Rody, how are his stats tonight? How's he sitting with the velo?
So he was sitting 98, 99 pretty early on. There was one 95 wrinkled in there, but a lot of 98. He settled into that 94, 97 range. The sliders 82 to 85, and the changeup's 85. I did get one in the second inning that was 91 with some dive. I'm not sure if that was a wicked hard changeup or a two-seamer that he wrinkled in, but he's got good stuff.
It just appears that his approach, for what we've seen his last couple of outings, it's almost as if he's catering a bit to some of the feedback that he's been getting, and so he's taking advantage of being in a showcase type of format. I know that's weird to say in a high school game, but he is kind of on a showcase stage.
He certainly is. He wants to show the guys what he's got, and the thing with him is he's got the stuff that all of that will work for him in any situation. So, he can get guys out throwing his fastball all night, throwing his slider all night, so he doesn't need to necessarily mix it up as the lineup turns over.
And that one gets away from Campbell, who's having a rough night back there, who's very sure-handed typically.
Yeah.
I guess doing what you guys do, and you come out, you don't get to see them struggle all that much, but to see him walk a guy and then kind of get out of that, I mean, is that something that kind of is impressive? All right, he's had some adversity because we don't get to see that. I mean, this is a loaded lineup he's facing here. Yeah. But for him to get a little adversity, and then after that, I mean, he has essentially struck out a couple looking backwards Ks. I mean, he has really bounced back from that early walk.
Right, and he's got that experience. I mean, he's facing top guys when he goes on the national circuit in the summer. I mean, I saw this at area codes last year. Struggled a little bit early on with the command, then comes back with some pretty good stuff. Developing that feel of making adjustments in the middle of the game is crucial for these young guys, and Chase has shown that he's showing the ability that he could do it and harness it.
Behind the count, 2-1 here. Skura is in running for Hernandez. And he took off on second on the pass ball on Campbell. 2 balls and a strike. Petty, and a timeout called from home plate umpire Jimmy Conover.
So speaking of the scouting circles and how the calendar has changed a little bit, we're focused a lot right now, high school guys' ability to potentially get drafted at MLB. But, Rody, how does that change now? Because the draft gets pushed back to July, so it almost kind of backs up the high school and the college calendar where they've, collided. So how does that make your job that much more difficult in trying to cover everything?
I mean, it's pretty tough now that I've got to wait till July for the draft. Because normally right now I'm not out on the road. I'm hunkered down at my house, getting ready for the draft to be in a couple of weeks. We're, 6 weeks out now. But I also pretty soon got to think about getting on the road a little bit and see maybe a little bit of 22s, which is just making my head spin a little bit. But I don't. Other than that, maybe a little bit of crossover in the summer. I don't think it changes up a whole lot because the delayed seasons are really just because of COVID for that matter.
Yeah.
But everything else is as normal. You're going to do your work and get everything in before the end of the season like you normally would.
Another strikeout.
Another strikeout. I got it on the board there, Coach.
Another backwards K, by the way.
Backwards K with the slider. He's been getting a lot of that tonight.
That's his 6th backwards variety.
Oh, here's another guy, and Kevin Jaxel.
Yeah, Jaxel. Another big right-hander heading to Virginia. Big swing and a miss.
Absolutely filthy.
Yeah, I guess, too, and some of these seniors, I guess it's kind of, they didn't play last year.
Right.
So going nationwide, trying to figure out what to do with them has got to be tough.
It certainly does. I think it's tougher on the college side because a lot of that, all of that pretty much got banged last summer. The high school kids like Chase and his counterparts, had a relatively normal summer and fall, apart from the guys that opted out of, traveling, for obvious reasons, and that's understandable. But for the most part, those guys had a normal summer and fall, and the scouts were able to see them. The college guys are the ones that, you're really playing catch-up with. But the organizations that were able to get out last summer and fall, but also did some work with underclassmen, definitely are at an advantage in this upcoming draft because they've got the history with these guys.
Petty's pitch is over for a called strike. 1 ball and 2 strike to Jaxel.
With all the attention, obviously, Chase Petty gets, we're talking about MLB draft. I definitely have to ask you about the MLB draft league that the Prep Baseball Report is certainly a big part of. And for you, covering the national circuit, that draft league seems to be relatively located more on the East Coast. So I thought that was kind of interesting too. But from a travel perspective, you kind of have to keep the teams within a bus trip.
Certainly, yeah. No, you have to keep that in a region, and obviously, the Northeast region is the most populated. We've got a lot of airports you can get in and out of. But it's also has to do with some of the teams that were contracted from minor league baseball. New York Penn League is no longer. Trenton obviously is hosting Buffalo right now, but they lost their affiliation, so they are in the league. So that plays into it as well. But I mean, I like it. I live on the East Coast. I get to pop up here, see a little draft league before I head back home. I'm going to start with it tomorrow down at Citizens Bank Park. So
awesome.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Did they? Are they going back? They only had 5 rounds last year, right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, only 5 rounds last year, and they're going 20 rounds this year. Which for me, I think that's kind of the number that I like. It's long enough that you can get those org fill guys in the later rounds, and then anyone else can be NDFA. But it's not 40 rounds where guys like Johnny Manziel are getting drafted in the 32nd round just because.
By the way, another backwards K there for Petty as he picks up back-to-back backwards Ks here. It's his 9th strikeout. 2 away. And there's first pitch swinging.
That's filthy.
By Bautista. Bautista, by the way, was a backwards victim in the 2nd.
I'm so twisted that we don't have our center field signature shot. You have no idea. I know one guy that's definitely mad at me. That's TJ Hunt because he had unfortunately he couldn't make it tonight. So
you guys wanted me to climb the pole. I was going to have me out in the pole out there
Listen,
trying to call color.
When we're doing PBR events in the summertime, we don't ever say no. There's always a way. There's got to be a way.
I'm telling you, there was a lift in center field parking lot. I could have sworn that was for us. Somebody actually said, "Are you going up there?" I said, "Not me."
Got to hijack it.
Make sure you got your harness.
Yeah.
The 1-1 and another filthy outside swing. And he's got Bautista down 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That is late and sharp. It looks like a strike until it's not.
Man, the last 18 inches that his pitches move, unbelievable.
Yeah, tonight he is really feeling this pitch right here. And he got him looking again. I had a premonition, gentlemen, and that premonition was he's feeling that pitch, and he's going to keep going with it until they hit it, and they have not. His 10th strikeout of the night, another backwards variety. He backwards K's the side, and Don Bosco goes down, leaves a runner on second base. They lead it 1-0. We'll stay here as Mainland comes to hit in the bottom of the 4th. They will send Cole Campbell, Christian Elliott, and Joe Sheeran to the plate this inning, trailing 1-0, boys. And the Mainland offense hasn't had a lot to to talk about so far, but the second time through this lineup here, let's see if they can get to Clayton Poley.
Yeah, Poley's been pitching to contact, basically. I mean, they're hitting the baseball, and they hit it hard a couple of times, but if they see him a second time around, definitely could see them getting to him.
Well, when you look out at both teams and you have a total of 3 hits in this many innings, and you're more than halfway through, that really tells you how much of an advantage the pitchers seem to constantly have. And on these big stages, and we're, again, joined in the booth by PBR National Director of Scouting, Nathan Rohde. So, Nathan, for the parents who are listening, maybe the younger brothers of some of these guys that are out there, this is a situation and an opportunity with prepbaseballreport.com. You go out there, you can put in your own free profile, then find out about all these events. But tell us a little bit about the national scene, right? Because a lot of the people here, obviously, they're looking at Jersey. They know some of the things about Jersey, but some don't understand how big of an organization that PBR is from a national standpoint.
Sure. No, I mean, that's our focus, is making sure that we have the guys to cover the state to the depth that it deserves. We all like to watch the Chase Pettys of the world, but there are guys out on this field, as you guys know, that are Division I recruits. There's some D2 guys possibly out here, or even D3, and we care, top to bottom. I personally am running around the country chasing Chase Petty, no pun intended, but, our guys working at the state level are going in that depth. But, TJ Hunt does a great job in New Jersey, and all the parents know how New Jersey stacks up. But they want to know, how does New Jersey stack up with California and Florida or Texas or Virginia or North Carolina? And looking at our coverage, you can see that because you'll go to our lists or look at the profiles and see those guys side by side with, your son.
What is the balance from what you guys do from these guys are playing travel all summer long and high school? I mean, where's that balance of what you guys are, I don't want to say weighing more. I mean, do you weigh one more than the other?
Well, we like the high school season's great. Get to cover. I mean, just from a standpoint of covering high school baseball, because these guys, when they travel in the summer, they're playing in tournaments, they're playing for championships. But I know for one that the spring is we're chasing a state championship, and there's pride. You're playing for the name on the front of the jersey and that sort of thing. You might not get that as much in the summer. So we love covering it from that standpoint. Plus, you get to see a lot more of the guys. sometimes the summer coverage is a little bit more focused, so you get to see a little bit more depth in the spring. But with the summer, not everybody plays in the summer, so that pool shrinks a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to see, for me, like Chase Petty face, a Malachi Knight from the Pacific Northwest, or Jordan Lawler from Texas, other guys that are of his caliber just on other parts of the country.
What's the age that you start kind of zoning in on these guys? What's that key age year?
High school. So for us at PBR, we really focus on the high school guys. We don't like to go really any younger than that because it's not fair to the kids putting them on that sort of stage that early. Mm-hmm. And plus, things change a lot over the course of a year, let alone 4 years. So really, high school age kids is what we're looking at as long as you're entering high school. For me, my focus is mainly, basically the rising seniors. I do see quite a few underclassmen, but it's more out of convenience and luck than anything. So if, I saw Chase Petty at our future games a couple of years ago, obviously very talented at that point, was throwing pretty hard. So I see those guys, but for the most part, those rising seniors is really where they come into my purview.
Ball on 2 strikes to Christian Elliott, who's a freshman.
One of the bigger platforms that PBR has because of COVID, not everybody probably knows, but the taking over of Lake Point down in Georgia. Mm-hmm. The facility is absolutely phenomenal. What are some of the events you have going on this summer that we can look forward to? And that's a shot.
Out to left, and a nice diving play.
Nice job.
Kuznick comes up and makes a diving catch and kind of takes one away from Christian Elliott.
That's the third variation of his name you've given so far, just so you know.
I'm just happy you guys got my last name right.
Yeah. Hey.
So that's good research there. No, at Lake Point, we've got tournaments going. I mean, they've already started. We've got some youth tournaments going on. But as soon as, we hit June and a lot of those high schools are done, those high school age tournaments will really start. We got the PBR, like the PBR Classic, the PBR Showdown, or a couple that I went to last year. We've got the National Program Invitational, the 15U, 16U, 17U National Championships. I mean, there is basically a tournament going on every week starting in June for the high school age kids. And if you go to our website, click on tournaments, you can choose Lake Point, you can choose Creekside in the Midwest, you can choose Grand Park in Indianapolis. There's tons of opportunities out there to get out there with your team.
1-1 here to Joe Sheeran. Poley's getting his off-speed pitch over here this inning.
Mm-hmm. Here's that 12-6 breaking ball.
Here's a guy right here in Joe Sheeran, Nathan, that screams, get involved with PBR. So sophomore, pops up, gets some varsity time. First game we saw him, he barely cracks the lineup in the 9 spot. Now he's elevated to 6. And it just seems like, hey, time and again. But to Mike's question, when you're able to put him in some of these events and tournaments.
He belts one over the shortstop head on cue.
Is he 2 for 3? Or 2 for 2?
2 for 2.
But when you have guys that are from a metric standpoint, you have a lot of the data points, and those are the things like with this game. It's a great situation, things to be in, but when you're actually able to play events and we're able to hook it up to the TrackMan and to really kind of sit there and validate what your eyes are seeing, that's a big difference.
It certainly is, and you make a great point about the data. Like, it goes beyond now just what pops up on my radar gun or on the stopwatch, exit velo off the tee. Now we're running TrackMan during batting practice, so we get a little better feel for those exit velos. The guys aren't just, coiling up off of a tee. We're getting it during BP, a little bit more of a true reading, and then the pitcher bullpens are on TrackMan, so you're getting the spin rates, you're getting the spin efficiency, also all that sort of thing. So a lot of that is highly valuable. And the college coaches and certainly the pro guys love it because it's a part of their evaluation.
Nice play. Becker crosses body over to first to Jacksel.
Absolutely
as
gorgeous
Sands hits a little in-betweener, and Becker comes up, makes the play over to first for the final out of the 4th inning. So Mainland leaves one on. Can't get that run across. They still trail 1-0 here on BFA Sports.
And we are again joined by Nathan Rohde, the Director of National Scouting for the Prep Baseball Report. You can visit prepbaseballreport.com. And if you don't have a free profile yet, I don't know what it is that you're waiting on, because, Nathan, these guys that are looking for opportunities to leverage their skill set, and at a minimum, doesn't matter if it's D1, D2, D3, but to earn money and scholarships for college, that actually is huge. So ballpark. I mean, how many college coaches have?
Oh, I don't
access
even
to
know
PBR
anymore
at this point,
because I
right?
think when I came to PBR about 8 years ago, and I think the tagline, we were in about 8 or 9 states at the time, and I think what we said was whatever 300, 400, 500 college coaches that subscribed to our service. It's obviously way more than that. I would venture to guess it's double or triple that at the very least now. It's Division 1 all the way to Division 3, JUCO, NAIA guys that are taking a look at the stuff, as well as the pro teams.
So 43 divisions, is that the latest number of PBR, I think, nationally? I try to keep up.
And it's honestly,
I think I try to keep up.
I think it's 44 states
Okay.
and the country of Canada.
Oh, wow.
New England is one faction, but obviously that counts for, what is it, 5 states, 7 states, something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not good with geography, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
So everyone asked me how many states we're in or what states we're in. I'm like, can I tell you the ones we're not? Because it's easier at this point.
Yeah.
Top 5 here. Chase Petty facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitter for Don Bosco.
Good to see that first pitch fastball over for a strike called.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Canizaro, the catcher, leads things off. 0-1. And out buttons hit to short. Sharp over to first. And Levin off the bag comes on down and makes the play. 1 away here in the 5th.
Nice work by Levin. Doesn't normally play first base. Goes up the ladder a little bit and brings it down to get the out.
Second baseman, John Perimerano.
Here's John Perimerano, the second baseman for the Ironmen. Also was a strikeout victim. His first at bat, a backwards variety. 10 strikeouts for Chase Petty today, and that fastball's over for a called strike. 0-1. Eric Becker waits on deck. Pitch from Petty is fisted over to second. Elliott over to first, and there's quickly 2 away.
Elliott did a nice job of that. When that ball had a side spin on it, kind of skidded away from him, but got glove side. Making a nice play.
Is this the plate music you would use?
That's my walk-up music.
Yeah.
Careless Whisper?
Careless Whisper.
Striking fear.
I don't think that's his walk-up music.
I mean, can you imagine if they told the kids, hey, you could pick what song you wanted, and he actually picked this one?
Well, I remember
that would be boss, dude.
It
You
would.
play
It
Careless
would.
Whisper
Yeah.
when I come to the plate. And he's the only guy who scored today, by the way.
Oh, man. Nathan, a lot of these guys, we're looking at the Mainland defense specifically, they're all playing different positions now than they were a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
When you're looking at a player and you're looking at skill set, is that marketability? Do you guys, when you're making commentary around profiles, you kind of will speak to the fact of, hey, I see this kid being athletic. Maybe he's a corner outfielder where right now today he may be, the shortstop on this team.
Absolutely. No, first and foremost, we're looking for athleticism because athletes do things easily, as we all know, and they can make the most, the easiest changes and adjustments. So if you're an athlete, you're probably playing in the center of the diamond, in the high school season, but you might play somewhere else, in the summer. But certainly athleticism is a key part to it all.
Becker lines one to center, and Elliott goes back and makes a nice play. So Elliott, quick inning there for Chase Petty as they put the Ironmen away. 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Don Bosco 1, Mainland nothing here on BFA Sports.
Yeah, so Nathan, give everybody the digits, the info, prepbaseballreport.com. It's kind of a one-stop shop.
It really is.
All
Yeah,
right.
prepbaseballreport.com. You can check it out. Any events that you want to go to, showcases. If you want to get your team into a tournament, we've got a tournaments tab. And then obviously you can just check out the coverage, and we've got contact info for your state director as well. So if you're looking to reach out, because our guys don't just run events; they talk to the players and the families and kind of coach them through the college recruiting process because it's very overwhelming. I've seen it not firsthand as a player, but firsthand for these players what they go through, and it's tough. And our guys know how to navigate it, and you can certainly reach out to them and ask what you need to ease the process.
I got to ask you, with all this video that we have going on, shameless plug probably for ourselves, really. So PBR now. Yeah, not a shameless plug. So PBR Now is a national platform where you guys are gathering the video from all of the different entities across the country, PBR. And so we talk about, maybe you think you're doing a really great job and you're at a Jersey event, but how do you compare to, say, what's going on in Oregon?
Sure. Yeah, no, PBR Now is basically our Netflix. You know, if you want to watch a game from somewhere else in the country that was streamed, we've got a lot of stuff archived on there. Obviously, we've got a summer coming up with a lot of events that I imagine will be live streamed, so that's where you'll be able to find it, whether it's live or archived. And not to mention our shows like Coffee and Curveballs or the Road Show, which I'm doing up here right now. There will be one from tonight's game that you can watch tomorrow. So, yeah, that's our platform, our catch-all for all things video.
Yeah, so be sure to download the app right at PBR Now. You can get it on iPhone, Android, all the different platforms. Super convenient. And, again, you're able to scroll through all the different events. And if you're looking for a particular player, you can find a player. You want to find kind of a game that had happened. It's really awesome stuff. And the cool part is all the national PBR different states have control over content of actually what it is they put on their particular channel.
Absolutely, yeah. If they have something that they want to put up there, they just ping me and we get it up there. And players' names are searchable, events are searchable. So yeah, you can get lost in there pretty easily. Just kind of go down a rabbit hole of watching video and games and shows and things like that.
Well, you can get lost if you are a high school player with aspirations of playing college and beyond. And I want to thank Nathan Rohde from the Prep Baseball Report, National Scouting Director, for joining us here in the booth. We know that he's got a lot of work going on as he's someone probably took his seat down there with the rest of the scouts.
I think it's good for now. They know better than that.
But you got to love the fact that he's got his iPad still rocking as he's standing here in the booth.
Still
and
taking notes.
He's taking notes, picking up data as he goes.
The camera's still running down there, too, so I didn't miss a pitch in theory.
So good stuff. So thanks again so much for joining us. Looking forward to catching you out in the summer circuit for sure. And, again, always great to see PBR helping players, #be seen.
Exactly. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right, man. You got it. Nathan Rohde, everybody. So back to action in this tight one. Mike Gill, still a 1-0 contest.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Sam Wood is the hitter for Mainland here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. So it'll be Wood, Ajijian, and the top of the Mainland lineup. Trailing 1-0 here, as Poley is in.
Poley struggling to fastball early on in this with his first batter here.
A leadoff walk by Wood, and that brings up Ajijian. We'll see if the guy's in the bunting mood today.
9-hole hitter, absolutely. I would agree with you. Small ball time maybe for Mainland, especially with this game needing to kind of pick up the momentum for him because Chase is doing it on the mound, obviously.
Third baseman is way in on that side. He's anticipating a bunt. Ajijian squares. They throw over to first.
He showed it. Definitely showed it.
Showed it early. Yes, he did.
So Poley came out 3 fastballs out of the zone, all 3. Comes back with the breaking pitches, gets him over for a strike, and then comes back with the fastball and loses the batter on that last batter.
Over to first again. They want to again check to see if Ajijian squares. He did not that time. Third baseman Murray, I mean, he is telling Ajijian what he had for lunch today.
Hope he didn't have garlic.
Poley from the stretch. Ajijian squares, gets the bunt
bunt.
Down.
Good bunt.
Over to
Perfect.
second goes Wood, and a 1-3 sacrifice.
Wood's got a great jump on that because that bunt was right back at the pitcher. Could have gone to second base, but made the decision to get the batter instead. So a runner in scoring position now.
So the sacrifice goes 1-3, and that brings up the top of the lineup, Mark Elliott, who's been on base a couple of times. He walked and reached on a fielder's choice. He has been to third base twice today, but has not been able to be pushed home by the Mustangs.
Absolute terror on the base pass. Elliott is.
Poley spins towards second. So Wood led off with a walk. Elliott, the left-handed swinging Mustang. Chase Petty waits on deck. Here's the pitch. And that curveball is up and over that 12-6 variety. I mean, he has felt really good with that.
I think I've seen him miss with that pitch once in this ball game. I could be wrong, but it seemed like he's only missed it once. No? You got nothing from me?
Trying to get our
0-1 to Mark Elliott. That ball is on the outside part of the plate for a called strike 2. So Elliott's in the hole 0-2. Petty waits on deck. Big spot in the lineup here for the top of the Mustang lineup. The 0-2. Elliott hits it over to second. Wood to third. It's booted into right field. Wood's going to circle, and he's going to have to stop right there as Perimerano, it kind of ate him up, but he was able to go back and get it quickly to keep Wood from circling. But Mainland has runners at first and third with 1 out, and here comes Petty.
Good read by the third base coach to hold him up, or he would probably have been caught at home.
Yeah, because Wood looked like he was getting ready to circle the bag, but a good job by Perimerano to stick with that. Even though he was unable to field it cleanly, he didn't allow that runner to come around and score. Now here comes Petty with the runners at first and third and 1 out. Petty is 1 for 2. He's singled.
They're probably going to go to first base because he's the
1-3, 3-1.
3-1. They got their mind on Elliott with the speed he has over at first base. Obviously more worried about the guy at third.
Now, you can't do that in the majors anymore. And Petty calls time.
Why not, though?
That's all they're trying to time. Trying to cut down the time.
I love that move.
And a time called now by Canizaro. First and third, Petty at the plate. Woods at third, he walked. Elliott's at first. He reached on an error. Here's Petty with a chance to either tie this thing up or do more damage. Now they got Elliott. This is the second time that the Ironmen have caught the Mustangs, and Elliott get back in safely. So it's the second time that a Mustang runner has left early and that the Ironmen have caught him, but that time Elliott got back. The last time it was Petty. He was the one that got caught.
Yeah, third base coach barking some orders down at
Billy
Elliott
Kern not happy
yeah.
with what's going on with his base running. Here's the pitch, and that's that curveball. It's blooped into center.
It's going to tag.
Coming home is Wood. The
Watch
throw.
it be close. Nope.
And Mainland has tied it up with a sacrifice fly as Granitel makes the catch. But, guys, he didn't even really attempt to throw that all the way through. He threw it right into the shortstop.
Yeah, I didn't understand it, actually. I thought the throw was going to come directly to home. And once the cutoff came, he didn't even try to get him at home.
So Elliott stays at first base, but Petty gets an RBI on the sacrifice fly. We are tied 1-1 here in the fifth. Here's Brody Levin, 0 for 2. Flew out to center, flew out to right. So a sacrifice fly by Chase Petty. He's got the lone RBI for the Mustangs. And Poley's throw gets away, and Elliott thought about kind of taking off, and Jaxel slides and keeps him there.
I'm actually a little surprised he didn't go. That
Me
speed
too.
he has, I'm really surprised. But it was a good read on his part. I mean, we're not down there, so we don't know how far that baseball is away from first baseman.
And they're going to have a little conversation with 2 outs here. They don't want this. You know, you got the heart of the Mustang lineup, Brody Levin. You got good speed with Elliott. If he hits something in the gap here, Elliott's got the speed that he can come from first all the way around if Brody Levin gets a hold of one.
And that's probably the conversation they're having out there right now, is not to be so focused on Elliott so much, but more on the batter. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Don't let
You
him
don't wanna
get
lose
one
it.
into the gap
Exactly.
here because you got good speed. Now, Billy Kern is having a conversation with his first base coach because he's saying, hey, what's going on over there? This is the second time that's happened. It's a little mound visit here for the Ironmen with 2 outs. Big spot in the game because you got the 3-hole hitter, Brody Levin, up with a chance to give the Mustangs the lead. Campbell waits on deck. Elliott's over at first. Poley, fastball down, 1-0. Yeah, because anything hitting, Elliott's on the move. And if something squirts through these big gaps here, You can bet he's going to try to come around to score.
And you can tell the way Poli's body language is telling you he's just going right after the batter. He's not even worried about it. There's a rip.
Ball is ripped down the line, but foul down the third base side.
Levin getting around on that one.
Yeah, if that one gets into that corner, I would imagine Elliott would try to score. And I'm thinking Billy Kern saying, look, we're struggling to score some runs. If I got a shot with my fastest runner, I'm going to take it. 1-1. Poli over to first. Elliott dives back.
That's just keeping him honest.
Poli gets the sign. And a time called by Brody Levin.
Good move on his part. Wasn't feeling comfortable in the box.
Ball and a strike. 2 down. And another time called.
Okay. Little cat and mouse game going here. Mr. Levin. Trying to get Poli to groove a fastball on him so he can turn on one.
Poli throws over. Elliott dives back easily. Not a big lead for Mark Elliott. Stole a base earlier in this game, went to third on an overthrow. Poli, that 12-6 is just off the dish, and it's 2-1. Mainland first baseman Brody Levin, the 3-hole hitter. Cole Campbell, their catcher, waits on deck. 2 balls and a strike. See if Elliott goes. There he goes. Fastball up. Canizaro's throw. Elliott is in safely, and they got a runner at scoring position.
He is just a terror on the base paths.
So a stolen base for Elliott, his second stolen base of the game. So we'll see if the Mustangs can capitalize some more on that error by the second baseman.
Great opportunity for the Mustangs to take the lead here with a 3-1 count. Hitters count.
3-1. And that curveball is over for a called strike. He throws a 3-1, 12-6 curve.
Because he's getting it over. We've seen him miss twice now, probably.
Can you confirm that?
Can you confirm that?
Yes.
You can confirm that, though.
I can confirm that.
All right.
Yes.
3-2. There goes Elliott. And that one is down and in. And that's good job by Elliott taking the bag.
Nice job.
So he moves up to third on the curveball, stealing on the pitch there. And Levin is on first base with a walk. So it's first and third with 2 outs. And here comes Cole Campbell. Campbell has popped up to first and popped up to short. Elliott with his 3rd stolen base of the game there. As we pass 8:30 on a Sunday night.
It's a gorgeous night out here, man. I'll tell you that.
Perfect. I was in Florida this morning, and it's warmer here than it was there.
Was it really?
95 degrees when I was driving up here today. Yeah, when I got on the plane, it was 6:40 in the morning. And let me tell you, I feel every bit as 6:40 in the morning right now.
You look it, too.
Whew, I can imagine. I looked at that clock and said, is it a.m. right now? Another deuce.
2 in a row.
Poli.
Wow.
I mean, that's much like Petty, who has felt very comfortable with his off-speed pitch. Poli feels that that's his pitch tonight. 0-2. Campbell's got to be scrambling up there of what he's going to throw me here. Is he coming back with that for a 3rd time?
I would. To be honest with you, I'd come back with it because the fastball is not overpowering, right? But obviously he's showing them that breaking ball. Timing might be a little bit off, but I would come back with it.
The 0-2, and he goes
nice
on a
spot.
fastball on the outside part of the plate, just off the plate.
Yeah, listen to this crowd.
See, I like the high fastball up and in there, and then come back with that curveball. That fastball's almost too good there. Good miss. The 1-2. There goes Levin. Ball's ripped down the third base side, foul, as Levin was taken off on the pitch. I think Levin was also thinking, if he throws a deuce, it's a good pitch to run on.
Nice job by Campbell to wait on that breaking pitch. Stay alive.
A little baseball music here.
Oh, yeah.
There
I
we
like
go.
it.
The 1-2. Poley kicks, delivers. Outside, there goes Levin, and they're going to give him the bag.
Yeah, no use trying to get the runner. You want to get the batter at this point with 2 outs. You don't want to lose him.
By the way,
especially when you had him off balance with the 0-2 count.
It's a 1-1 game here in the 5th. Runners at second and third is a huge spot in this game for the Mustangs. A single could bring home 2. The 2-2, and Poley steps off the mound. Just 1 hit for the Ironmen. That happened way back in the 1st. The 2-2. The 12-6 is high, and now it's a full count. Christian Elliott, the freshman, waits on deck.
Great job by Campbell in this at bat.
There's a spot, too, where, hey, Cole Campbell is a senior. Do I want to give him something to hit here? Got first base open. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The kick, the pitch. And he goes with that curveball again, and Campbell fouls it off the screen.
Campbell battling. This is a great battle between pitcher and hitter. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Three balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 5th. 1-1's the score. Mustangs have runners at second and third. Here's Cole Campbell, the Mustang catcher. Clayton Poley. And Campbell steps out. Some bullpen action in the Ironman bullpen. From the stretch,
Big
the
pitch.
3-2. Fastball, hit the third. Over to first, a little low, Jaxel.
Oh.
Nice play. Murray gets the
play.
throw low, but Jaxel positions himself very nicely. And the Ironmen get out of the inning. The Mustangs leave 2 on, but they get 1 across. It's Don Bosco 1. It's Mainland 1 as we head to the 6th on BFA Sports. Charlie Granitel leads things off here in the 6th as we're tied at 1. Don Bosco's half of the 6th inning. Chase Petty throws that off-speed pitch to start things off 1-0, or 0-1, I should say, as Petty had a quick inning in the 5th. It's the only inning he did not record a strikeout, but it was his fastest inning. And that fastball came up a little short, 1-1.
And even though there was not a lot of runs in that inning for the Mustangs, it was a long inning for them. So you got to see how Chase Petty comes back in this half inning. After that, I would call it a semi-long rest.
And by the way, he has the only RBI for the Mustangs on that sac fly, as that came up short again. 2 balls and a strike to Charlie Granitel, the Ironman center fielder.
And a heck of a center fielder. He covers a lot of ground.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss.
Nice pitch. Good spot.
I'll say I don't recall him picking up a strikeout on a fastball today, that he just blew one right by somebody. Every strikeout has been looking, for the most part, on that all-speed pitch. Here's the 2-2. Petty. And he gets it again. He just flares one into right field. It hits the gap. Elliott trying to chase it down. Sands trying to run it down. Sands gets to it first, trying for 3, and the overthrow of the cutoff man, and Granitel leads off with a triple here in the 6th.
Granitel getting around the bases like a champ, man. The way he covers that outfield, he ran the bases the same way. Got a great read on it. Watched his third base coach and came right on in.
So a leadoff triple by Charlie Granitel. Is, boy, that off-speed pitch, Al, he just stuck his bat out and flared it into right field, and then it kind of skipped into the gap.
It sure did. A gorgeous piece of hitting on his part. Give Granitel a lot of credit. Tip of the cap to him.
He's had a really good game. He's singled, walked, and now tripled, and here comes Billy Kern.
Yeah, Billy, it's a big spot for the Mustangs. You want to make sure you get out of this inning with no blemishes at all, but Granitel in a great spot for the Ironmen. Put a run across and take this lead 2-1.
Yeah, and you would imagine the infield's going to be up here with nobody out, and Hernandez This is Hernandez's spot, and it's Kuznick.
Well, that's the 4th variation of his name.
I think it's the 3rd.
It's Kuzik. He wrote it down. K-U-C-Z-I-K. That's the first one. Why'd you put Kuznick?
Because that's what it was.
You have the look on your face like Al. Did he say Kuznick? All right. I stand corrected. Mike Gill, I bow to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh,
gets him
nice
swinging
pitch.
through an off-speed pitch slider. 0-1. So the infield is way in. Levin is way in at first base over there. Almost like he's anticipating a bunt. You're talking about the 3-hole hitter here. Yeah. 0-1. Hits to Levin.
Oh,
Levin with
what a play.
Wow, what a play.
Wow,
by Levin
what a
as he
play.
steals one away.
Holy mackerel.
So Levin's way up on the grass. He makes a diving stab, looks over to third, keeps the runner there, and it's a 3 unassisted.
You just got done saying Levin's right in here. You were actually kind of surprised, but it makes it great reactions by him. I mean, just filled the position well, and it's not even his primary position.
So Hernandez re-enters the game. He had a pinch runner for him back in the 4th. This is his first time up since then, and he is back in. There's the off-speed pitch. Slider starts things off, 0-1 or 1-0. Yeah, Levin is way up, and he has to dive to make that play, almost like a middle infielder.
Yeah, just an absolutely gorgeous play. Great play by Levin.
Ball and no strikes, and that one is fisted into center field. Elliott comes up, makes the grab. Here's the throw at the plate. Campbell, the tag is late, and in comes Granitel, and the Iron Men take a 2-1 lead. And that's a tough play, Al, as the ball is kind of fisted away from Elliott. He comes up and makes a great play, but his momentum is kind of taking him towards right field, so I don't think he got the perfect throw, but it was a good throw, but probably could have got more on it if the ball was hit more square towards him.
Yeah, he had to go opposite glove side, try to make that throw. Unfortunately, was not in time. Still was a close play to your point, but a great piece of hitting by Kuznick. Hernandez, I'm sorry.
Kuznick was the runner.
I'm hung up on the Kuznick name.
Well, he tripled and then scored.
But a big spot for him, for Hernandez.
Yeah, and Hernandez gets a sac fly and pushes home the run. So it's 2-1 Don Bosco here. And now something going on in center field. Looks like Clayton Sands is talking with Billy Kern. And obviously we can't hear that conversation, but he's got his hands up. Mark Elliott is the center fielder who made the throw. So it was Sands, the right fielder, who was talking to Kern.
What could that have been?
I don't know. Perhaps he wanted to communicate that there's no more beer sales because we're too far.
We're too far into the game.
Well, it's not the 7th inning yet.
Uh-oh.
Well, there
When
is
they
only,
cut it off at
there,
the
there is only 7 innings,
right.
unfortunately, guys. So, yeah,
that was my way of saying they let him have him the whole game here.
they should. I tried to convince the good people here at the concession stand, but
Did you really?
I was like, yeah. I tried to tell
Did you
them
say they were BFA?
No, I said I'm Mike Gill, and they're like, what? Who?
Ball is fouled down the left field side. You should say, if you keep selling the beers, we'll split the beer sales with you.
Yeah,
Right?
Why not?
I
We'll
love
sell
it.
for it. We'll sell for
Good
it.
thought process there, my friend.
But they do have pork roll and cheese. That's a Trenton Thunder thing.
There you go. It's a
Is
Trenton
that
thing.
what you?
You know, I was in Florida, and they actually had a pork roll sandwich down there.
Really?
Yeah.
That is surprising.
Ball hit the third.
I'm allergic to pork roll.
Really?
Yeah. You don't look allergic to pork roll.
It's just the cameras. What are you talking about?
The 1-2. And that one is downstairs. 2-2.
It's not funny. I have poor self-image too, and you're over here
Yeah.
making fun of me.
It's unfortunate.
As he's the only one getting a chance to eat that pork roll sandwich.
Exactly.
That's right.
But I'm sitting here like Pavlov's dog sitting here drooling.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and that one is just up and in. Full count. Got to start thinking about the pitch count here, too, I'm imagining, for Chase Petty. Two-one, Don Bosco in the lead. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and that's swung on and miss. And there you go. There's a fastball thrown right by someone tonight. He gets Kevin Murray, but not before the Ironmen push one across and take a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th here on BFA Sports. All right, Christian Elliott leads things off for the Mustangs here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It'll be Elliott, Sheeran, and Sands as they trail 2-1.
That last half inning was all Granitel and Hernandez putting that together. Textbook baseball. Take the lead last half inning.
First pitch swinging. Sky to shallow right field. Bautista, and he makes a how-do-you-do catch.
That was a major league pop-up. Ball was up there.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens when it gets in the lights. These guys aren't used to playing on a field that the lights are actually this high, and it can get you, especially when you're moving backwards and trying to keep looking up.
And they stayed with it really well. First out of the inning.
So here's Sheeran, Mainland left fielder. Poley's pitch inside for a called strike. Bosco leads 2-1. Off-speed pitch, head over to Murray at third, cross the diamond, 2 away.
Good pitch by Poley. Get the ground out. That was that 12-6 curveball again.
Used it a lot tonight. And Clayton Sands comes to the plate. the Mustang right fielder. Mainland at the bottom half of their lineup here. The 8-hole hitter, Sam Woods, waits on deck.
Mainland running out of outs. Need to get something going.
Poley's pitch, and that is hit down the right field side. These two teams with the one common opponent in Holy Spirit. Don Bosco beat the Spartans 6-0 in the Coaches versus Cancer tournament.
They're throwing the ball around in the stands as if you're going to be actually able to keep it. Doesn't work that way in high school.
Not
kids.
in high school, kids. We need the baseballs. Not on an MLB budget, if you will.
Poley's pitch down in the dirt. I'll tell you what, I am highly impressed at the amount of the crowd tonight.
People are dying to get out, I think.
Not only dying to get out, but this playing on this field, you want to see it. You want to be there. You want to be a part of it. So
it's beautiful. Speaking of summertime baseball, tomorrow night.
1-1 hit to left field. Off the wall. And Clayton Sands scoots in to second base with a double.
He crushed that baseball. Now, I can't tell because I've got bad eyes. I'm old. And by the way, Phil Mickelson won the PGA Championship, so, you know what, that was a big thing. But anyway, that's why I said I was old. I can't tell if that wall is that flush against the fence there?
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, because he hit it. I thought he hit it up.
No, it bounced. It bounced right on the warning track.
Oh, it did bounce?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
It bounced right on the warning track.
I need to see an optometrist.
WTP, warning track power.
All right. It was a shot.
Yeah. Well, and again, confines a little bit different tonight. Usually we have a monitor in front of us, but since we didn't have the center field shot, because it is a solid wall, top to bottom. There isn't a spot out there for us to elevate.
Okay. So you have to clear the wall then to hit a home run.
No. See that yellow coping?
Okay.
Right above the sign?
Gotcha.
Yeah. If it hits that SJR sign, whatever that might be out there, that's a home run. Just have to clear the yellow line.
Shot nonetheless.
So Wood comes up with a runner on second base and 2 outs here. In the 6th, as Clayton Sands double gives Mainland a runner in scoring position. 2 away here in the 6th inning. Poley, the 12-6, that did not have a lot of break on it. You wonder if he's getting to the end of the line. Bullpen action for the Ironman last inning.
Good observation on your part because Poley might be getting a little tired.
2 balls, no strikes. Sands at second. Woods, the hitter. Ajijian waits on deck. Poley spins towards second base. Looks like Mainland's going to have a pinch hitter if it gets to that 9-hole spot. Two 2-0 to Sam Wood, the Mustang third baseman. The pitch, and that is up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. This is big for a variety of reasons because they can turn this lineup over and have the top of the order to start the inning at the very worst.
Indeed, and they've seen Poley at least 3 times from the top of the order, I believe.
The 3-0, and that one's over for a called strike.
Take it all the way, obviously.
Sands on second. He just doubled. Wood with a 3-1 count. 2 down here in the 6th inning.
8-hole. Does he take 2 pitches? What do you think, Mike?
Yep.
There are a lot of things different for these kids playing in a pro ballpark, but one of the things that just dawned on me, they have a real bullpen. So you can actually see pitchers that are hanging out down in the bullpen, not doing anything, but that's where they're seated.
Wow, that's cool.
That doesn't happen in high school.
No, it's got to just give these kids some chills when they're kind of being down there and playing in a big league park.
And the 3-1 is outside, ball 4.
Hey, just missed.
So it sets up a big spot here in the 9-hole.
I mentioned
the Mustangs are going to send a pinch hitter up here. Looks like Noah Myers, the junior, is going to step in here and hit for a Gigian.
Hitting number 10, Noah Myers.
So Coach Billy Kern going to the bench in a big spot here with outs running out for the Mainland Mustangs.
And the Ironmen are going to talk this over now. They got a new hitter. So Myers hitting for a Gigian.
The question is, do they have a phone in the bullpen? I know we're in a minor league park.
Probably.
This was a AAA park, I would say so.
But
I would say.
will these kids actually know how to answer it?
And that's going to be it for Poley, by the way.
It's not on a cell phone is what he's trying to say.
That's a good point. So that's it for Poley. His day is done. So with runners at first and second, Don Bosco makes a call to the pen. And we'll get that line on Poley for you in a second.
Good move by Coach Mike Rooney to pull Poley now because this breaking ball, the 12-6 breaking ball was not breaking. And a big spot, get a fresh pitcher and a fresh arm.
Well, speaking of fresh arms, the inaugural season of the South Jersey South Shore Baseball League starts tomorrow night. We will be at Birch Grove Park in Northfield for the season opener, the South Jersey Surf versus the Northfield Cardinals. That league powered by the Bunning Family Pharmacy. So looking forward to bringing you a lot of the South Shore South Jersey Baseball League action. And got 2 games on the docket this week. And will be Wednesday at the Diamond Classic Championship game between Williamstown and Bishop Eustis. We'll be live from Alcyon Park in Pittman. That game, first pitch, 6:30 here on BFA Sports.
BFA well-traveled.
Indeed.
By the way, Poley leaves the game 5 2/3, 1 strikeout, 5 walks, 4 hits.
Are you yelling at me?
1 run.
Why'd you look at me like that?
He's getting it.
He is. He's in there. He's jacked up.
Yeah.
He's all jacked up. Did you drink some Mountain Dew? You all jacked up on Mountain
Could
Dew?
use a Mountain Dew.
If we could ever borrow Mike Gill from ESPN a bit more, we could maybe actually give him a shirt.
Yeah, right. I don't even. He asked me, "Do you want a shirt?" I said, "Yeah, that would have fit me 2 months ago."
Actually, Mike, I might have a shirt, but yeah, I do. It's in that bag.
So Noah Myers will be the Mainland hitter here.
Any familiarity with Noah Myers at all?
I have
Mike?
a lot of familiarity with Noah Myers. Traveled to Arkansas as part of our World Series team a couple of years ago. He was our backup catcher, and he started a game against the host team, Mountain Home. It must have been 98 degrees, and I felt like he was going to pass out behind the plate because it was so hot. And it was a game that was like 18-17, one of those type of games. Wow. And I was like, are you going to make it? He looked like he was just physically exhausted. Great kid, great family. His brother actually goes to the prep.
Didn't know that.
See, I got all sorts of factoids. I just played against his brother the other night. His brother plays for Mainland in the Atlantic Shore League. He's a 15-year-old, and he pitched against us. I said, man, all of a sudden you're throwing gas. You didn't throw that hard at 13, buddy. Curveball over.
Breaking pitch. Good start.
Pitch is fouled. I think that one went off of Canizaro's helmet.
Number 13.
Number 13. Don't have him on the roster. You sure it's
I
a 3
do
there?
not have a 13 on this roster. I got 2 11s.
I'll make the Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. Stand by.
I got 2 11s, no 13.
Well, it's either Caden Dana or Adam Wine.
Spins
figure it
towards
out.
second. No balls and 2 strikes. Noah Myers, the pinch hitter here for the Mustangs, with a chance to tie this game up. Runner on second is Sands. He doubled. Woods over at first after a walk. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And that swung on and missed, and a big strikeout. And Myers goes down swinging, leaving 2 Mustangs stranded as we head to the top of the 7th. Ironmen 2, Mustangs 1 on BFA Sports. All right, Kevin Jackson leads things off here in the 7th with Don Bosco leading 2-1 here on BFA Sports. Chase Petty still dealing for the Mustangs.
Hey, you mentioned his pitch count. I gotta be really curious about where he is in his pitch count at this point, but he's definitely a horse and he can handle it.
11 strikeouts for Petty. Pitches down and away. That one had good velocity, so he's still humming. You had one job, to keep the pitch count.
I did, and I didn't do it well. I ran out of fingers and toes is what happened.
After the first inning. Pitch is over for a called strike. 2-1. Kevin Jackson struck out and flew out the right. The 2-1.
Ooh.
That one paints the black. 2-2. Petty really humming here in the 7th.
Yeah, his velo has not changed.
And swung on and missed, and he gets Jackson for the 2nd straight time. And there's one away here in the 7th.
Right fielder Charles Bautista.
So Noah Rodriguez was the relief pitcher who came in that 6th inning as that ball is hit towards first.
Oh, nice
Levin
play.
off his back and over to Petty.
And Levin hasn't played first base? Are you kidding me? Look at this guy fielding his position.
Well, looked like a shortstop there.
Oh, he sure did. Threw from
Levin's
off
one
his
of them
back, and
guys,
that's
too,
beautiful.
who I think if you asked him, he doesn't really have a preferred position. He plays a lot of second, but he's played some short. But obviously they're using his middle infield instincts on that one and makes the play. Looks like a pinch hitter coming up here.
Oh, just missed on that one.
Nick Carr hitting for Canizaro.
More signs of summer baseball. Our buddy Ernie Corsi from Atlantic City,
My man Ernest.
he's out there watching.
Upstairs, ball 2.
Had a lot of PG tournament action going on all day at the beautiful, and now again being kind of revitalized Sandcastle Stadium down there in AC. So great to hear from you, Ernie. Rest up. You enjoy it, and you deserve it.
3 balls and no strikes to the pinch hitter, Nick Carr, hitting for Jack Canizaro here in the 7th with 2 away. The Mustangs will send the top of the order to the plate in the 7th inning with their last licks. The 3-0 from Petty. That one's over for a called strike. 3-1. Petty winds, kicks, delivers, and that one's over for a called strike 2, and it's a full count.
Great pitch by Petty, showing that he's not backing down, baby. Even this late in this game, coming right at the batter.
What a treat it has been to be here tonight. Got to thank JT Kroger for putting this event together. So he was able to bring together Mainland and Don Bosco and the Trenton Thunder. They've been absolutely stellar to us all evening long. John Bodner and the crew.
The 3-2. Over for a called strike 3. And Carr goes down looking. Petty picks up his 12th strikeout as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Mustangs will send Elliott, Petty, and Levin here in the 7th on BFA Sports. So the Ironmen are into their bullpen here in the 7th as Noah Rodriguez will try to finish things off.
Rodriguez showing. Sorry about that.
He'll face Elliott, Petty, and Levin.
I thought that pregnant pause was for me to jump in.
It was.
It was? But I didn't jump fast enough?
No, you did.
I did? Did you
I
say
just totally spaced.
No, Rodriguez did a fantastic job coming in relief last half inning. He's got some good breaking pitches.
Heading to Sienna. Fastball away to Elliott. Elliott's reached base all 3 times, stole 3 bases. Played a heck of a ball game in center field as well. The 1-0. Ball's fouled down the third base side, out of play. A ball and a strike.
The Ironmen do not want Elliott on the base paths. They absolutely do not. They want to get this out right here.
By the way, if we are judging the crowd size, I would say Mainland has won this battle.
They had a couple of mini limo buses rolling up with some fans.
1-1. Ball fouled back off the screen. Yeah, about an hour and a half drive from Linwood. Now I wonder if they went up 206. I doubt it.
Al, are you surprised that Mike Gill doesn't have his own driver?
I am surprised. I'm very intimidated by
I thought the
celebrityness.
BFA was going to send me something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have that kind of budget
The
yet.
black car coming out. You know, guy pulls up, window comes down and says, "Your ride, sir."
Yeah. And you know what? We did get you a jar of Grey Poupon for your pork roll and cheese sandwich, though.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think
Up and away.
we broke the budget with the pork roll sandwiches and water.
Yeah.
Actually. So you wanted a limo?
I didn't say a limo, just, some sort of town car maybe.
No. Oh, okay.
Oh.
The 3-2. Hit to first. Jaxel over it and touches the bag, 1 away.
Big out for the Ironmen to keep Elliott off the base paths. Mustangs running out of outs with only 2 left.
Brings up Chase Petty. Petty has a shot here. Now, I would imagine him being down a run here, he might be aiming for the Rue sign out there.
He's got the pop in the bat. We've seen it. Big time power out of this young man.
Rodriguez pitch belted back up the middle. Diving play by Becker. Gets a glove on it, but he can't bring it in. And Petty is a one-out base runner. So Becker, the shortstop, lays out for it. Man, it looks like it just flicked off the top of the leather.
Yeah, he put good bat on the baseball right there. And Chase Petty, we just got done saying he can hit the baseball, but how many kids have you seen at this level in their senior year be able to do it from both sides? Both on the mound with the talent he has there, and then hitting out of the two-hole?
Otani-like.
Yeah, I mean, in high school now, you see a lot of POs.
Right. And this young man is not. Great talent.
That brings up Levin. Walked and flew out twice. Mainland trails by 1 here in the 7th. No one has left the building. Great crowd at Arm & Hammer Park.
It's been a great baseball game.
Up and in. Ball 1.
Fun one to call.
Noah Rodriguez. Some bullpen action for Don Bosco, but Rodriguez on the mound currently in relief of Clayton Poley. Over to first. You know, that's how Don Bosco scored a run tonight. They threw over to first. Petty threw it away. The runner advanced on a walk. The 1-0 to Levin. Upstairs. 2-0. Cole Campbell waits on deck. Outfield straight away. Becker, the shortstop, shading up the middle. Got a big hole in that left side. They're guarding the line down there as well at third base with Murray. So he's got a big gap on this left side.
I don't know what kind of speed Chase Petty has, but even if it got in that corner, because it is a big league field, he could score from first base.
Oh, he can move. I would imagine Billy Kern with this part of his lineup up right here. These are his guys. Levin, Campbell, Petty on the bases. He's going to be aggressive.
And he has to be. Obviously being down a run. I think that was we had number 41 in the pen, I think I saw. Yep, 41.
Nicholas Milmore.
Oh, good pitch.
That one's over for a called strike. 2-1. Nick Milmore in the bullpen. Heating up in case some trouble comes to Rodriguez.
Petty not taking a huge lead. Well, it takes an extra step. Now another half step.
2 balls, 1 strike. Rodriguez, the pitch. Upstairs and in. Oh, ball 4.
Okay.
The scoreboard was a couple pitches off.
Yeah, I guess they were. The umpire is.
They must have got to the concession stand before we did.
Right? That's why they had to cut off the beer sales. Now I see. Here comes Cole Campbell with a runner at first and second and 1 away. So they're going to go take a mound visit, and you're seeing they're checking down on Milmore to see where he's at in his warm-ups. A little jog out to the mound. You see the stall tactic there as the other coach is going down and saying, hey, is he ready down there?
Yeah, looks like he might be coming out of the bullpen here. Mike Edwards giving us the screened view.
So you got the heart of the Mustang lineup here. They trail by 1 here in the 7th. Cole Campbell, who has popped to third, popped to short, and grounded out to third. Petty's at second. He's got good speed. Levin over at first would be the winning run. If Campbell can get one into a gap here, I would imagine Billy Kern would be aggressive with these guys. This is his senior core.
You mentioned Cole Campbell popping up here. Would you say he popped up 2 or 3 times? He's got some pop in the bat.
Milmore is in the bullpen. This could be the last here for Rodriguez. Spins towards second. The Mustang catcher, Cole Campbell. From the stretch. Inside.
A lot of room in right center field. Closer gap here between left and center.
Yeah, you got the
Playing
shortstop holding the runner on, too. So you got a big hole on the left side of the infield.
Campbell could pull one.
Campbell drives one to left field. Back on it, and
Oh, it's on the floor. It's on the ground.
Off his glove in
score.
left field. Petty coming around. Here comes the play at the plate. And Levin is in, and the Mustangs win
My
it.
goodness, what an ending!
Cole Campbell.
Are you kidding me?
Campbell to left, the left fielder. Kuznick kind of misplayed it, hits off his glove, off the warning track. And as we said, Kern would be aggressive with his base runners, and he sends Levin from first all the way around third to score. And Mainland walks off 3-2 with a win over Don Bosco.
What an exciting end to this baseball game where it looked like Mainland was out of it, even though it was only a one-run ball game. And then they get a couple runners on. Chase Petty starts it off, and they win it on a walk-off. What a way to win. What a game.
Well, that's Sunday Night Baseball. It doesn't get any better than that here at Arm & Hammer Ballpark, home of the Trenton Thunder. And, whoo, whoa, Nelly.
I think I'm almost speechless because this was a pitcher's duel from the get-go. Poley pitched an excellent game. Chase Petty was struggling in the beginning. He got an easy run in the first inning because of a couple throwaways, and then all of a sudden, Chase Petty got in a groove like we expected out of him.
13 strikeouts
13
for Chase Petty. Just 2 hits he gave up today, and that 1 run back in the first. So Petty gets the win. Campbell with the game-winning hit drives home 2, and Mainland with a walk-off win over Don Bosco 3-2 here in Trenton on this Sunday night. So congratulations to the Mustangs, and Cole Campbell delivers the big hit, the big blow, a double that drives home 2.
Well,
and you got-
what do you say, guys?
I'll tell you.
This was a heavyweight
Well,
battle
and-
like we said it was going to be.
It really, and you know, that ball's driven to left, and then all of a sudden, you know, Kuznick looks like he's kind of got a beat on it, and it almost looked like he overran it a little bit and then had to come back up on it, and he kind of misplayed it a bit,
pirouette.
and then he fell down, and then, as we said, Kern, look, these are his seniors. He's got this group of seniors who's played together, Elliott, Petty, Levin, Campbell, and we said he's going to try to win it with them, and he sent him home, and there was a play at the plate. It was close.
They fought to get back to the top of the order, right? We talked about that in the last frame, and Mike, you had mentioned, hey, if they can get back to the top, anything can really kind of happen. So give credit, huge hit to get them there by Clayton Sands, who came up at the bottom of that order. That double was huge. Flips the lineup over, and these guys, you weren't going to keep them.
And the Ironman wanted to get Elliott out. That was the big out, the big first out. So you were kind of saying, all right, well, you know, they're in the driver's position. But Chase Petty comes up with that big hit up the middle, and then they just manufacture the runs. What a great ball game. What an awesome ball game to be able to call. What a privilege.
Yeah, you're right, because the double by Sands and then the walk by Wood, that turned the lineup over. It allowed them to get to the top of the order, and their seniors who have been there for them for the last 4 years, this group. And by the way, to talk about what kind of win this is for Mainland against a program like Don Bosco. I mean, this is a major victory over a Don Bosco team that, by the way, how many?
14 D1 commits.
Right,
I think
14
you said 14
D1
14
commits on that team, and Petty went right through them, and they came back for the win. Once again, the final score, Mainland beats Don Bosco 3-2. Cole Campbell wins it with a big RBI double, base-clearing double here in the 7th, as they walk it off 3-2. For Al Fisher, Doug Stasic, I'll let you guys take it from here.
And he's Mike Gill.
And he's Mike Gill. And for BFA Sports, we can't wait to see you
Play ball.